Hey there. So, today I want to talk to you about something that has been on my mind for a while now, and that has to do with the new leadership paradigm. I've mentioned that quite a few times that I'm thinking about that I'm working on it. Of course, I've been talking about the sovereign leadership style for a while now, but always I had in the back of my mind this idea of this question of what does it really mean? And of course, you can name all these traits that sovereign leaders have, and I see them, but I couldn't really pinpoint it to an overall new concept of how we should approach leadership in the new leadership paradigm and in the new world that we're creating right now. And today, while I was talking to my husband, I had, or he actually, it was him who, while listening to me, made a few remarks that sort of hit home for me, and that really allowed me to let sink in something that I've been pondering for a while now. Okay, and it has to do with feminine and masculine energies, something that ways of describing things that I have been trying to avoid like the plague because I've never liked that contradiction between feminine energy and masculine energy. And of course, I know it doesn't have to do with gender, and everyone has it, both of them. But it never really sunk into me how I could see it and how I might use it. But the fact is that it sort of circled back to me all the time, right? So when I was drawing cards, when I did an astrology reading, whatever, I always had these. It always was about feminine and masculine and balancing the two. Okay, so that's a side note actually, but just to explain to you how I feel about what I'm now gonna tell you. So, but the insight that I had was about leadership and about leadership styles, and how I suddenly realized that the big difference that I see in how we are learning to lead right now, the kind of leadership that we are in need of, the biggest thing is that in the old paradigm, leaders had this energy of um, pushing forward, of standing in a place with all the people behind them and saying, "This is where we need to go. Let's follow me," or "Follow me. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll make this happen." I see, an image of Mel Gibson in Braveheart, with all the blue paint. That's what sort of my image of old style leadership is about. And you could say this is basically a masculine type energy leadership. So this is very much a driving energy, pushing people forwards and taking them with you to the goal that you envision, right? In the new leadership paradigm, I think things will be very different. And what we need right now is also very different. What I see is that new paradigm leaders are much more people who stand in a certain place, who stand there with their full capabilities, fully aligned, very much whole, very much healed, and who say, "Come to me, come to where I am. It's safe to go here. Um, I'll show you the way. I've taken this route, and I'll show you how it's done, and it's okay to be here." And that is already speaking about it. I noticed such a big shift in energy. This is much more a feminine type energy. This is much more energy of invitation, of, if you would say it more negatively, drawing people in, bringing people to a place where you already are. And yeah, so it's much more. There's this tiny bit of nurturing feminine energy in it. This nurturing, mothering energy of, I'm here. It's okay. You can come here too. And that is very different from that warrior type push leadership. This is much more of a pull leadership. So, the insight for me was had many aspects, I think, but just to say a few things about the masculine feminine interaction. As I said, I don't really like that. I don't necessarily want to work with those terminology. But in this case, I think it does make sense, and it makes it easier to understand. And you could also say this. You could also say it's more like a warrior a priest type energy, right? So the warrior is very pushing, the priest is more pulling in, showing people how it's done. So in leadership, I think if you would choose, you don't even have to, both types of leadership can be valuable. Let me say that up front. And in different situations, probably we need different types of energy and different type of leadership. But this new leadership paradigm that I feel is awakening is more of that pull in, come to where I am already in. And that's, for a leader, that requires a lot, truly a lot. And this is, so because what it requires for you as a leader is that you are there. And you're not just there in words, you are there in person. Because people can only trust you and come to that place where you invite them to if they can sense in your entire being that you are there and that it is safe, because you've showed it already, and you are there in your entire being. You have done all the work, you have done all the healing, you have done all you've taken all the steps, and you are showing them, you're inviting them in to that place to be with you. As a push type leader, you don't have to. Don't have to have walked that path ever before, because you're just at the front of the journey, right? You're just one step ahead of them, or you basically envision something and you just say, let's go there. But on the other side, the priest or priestess type leadership is much more of an invitation of, come to where I am. It's good here. So that's I think very different, and I haven't really figured out yet how it will work in corporations or something like that, right? I do see how it will work in one-on-one relationships, or I do see how it works in small organizations, but in a large organization, I need to figure that out, and I'm curious to your reactions actually to see how that could work, because I do know in my heart that this is where we're going. This is what we're going to do. This new type of leadership is being born right now as we speak. So the other thing I think is important to realize is that it requires sort of different people that can follow this type of leader. So if you are that warrior type leader and your energy will pull people with you into wherever you're going, right? It's like you have so much force and so much energy. There's this push forward that is happening, and people can serve that energy with you. They don't have to be ready for it. But in the other situation where this is more of a feminine type energy type leadership, people will only come there if they feel safe, and that safety can partly be created by you, of course, and your energy will make it safe, but they do have to be ready for it. And so people who are totally not ready, they will not do this. They will not step with you, and that makes it complicated. Again, it makes it complicated. It requires a lot more from you as a leader, because of course, as a leader, you can influence what your team, what your people are ready for. And so it requires some sort of preeminent, or something the word is, like earlier steps to help them be ready for that shift that you're inviting them into. So while you are getting ready, you're also preparing the people who can come there with you. So yeah, I think for me, this is a super important step, because it shifts, you know what it does? It makes sovereign leadership much more whole for me. I've been speaking about it for a while. The words have been ringing in my head all the time, and my business is even called the Sovereign Leader. And um, I know it's important, and I didn't really get it yet. But this makes it a more complete, gives me a more complete image of what this sovereign leadership, this feminine based energy type leadership will be about and is about, and what I'm actually teaching people. Because what I'm teaching people, what I'm working on as a coach, but also in theta healing, in everything basically that I do, is to become whole, to become that really strong, super aligned person with that vision that can already step into that and then invite people in to join them. So yeah, this is a really good step for me, and I am very curious as to how it resonates with you. If you can follow me, if you can see maybe things in yourself or in your leader or someone that you appreciate, that connects to these two types of leadership, this older paradigm, this newer paradigm leadership. So if you would like to comment in the send me a comment in either in the thread or through email, I'm completely open to that, because as I've said before, I'm curious about the new leadership paradigm, and I'm trying to figure it out what it will be about, and I need your help with that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your insights, and I hope to see you soon again. Ciao.